My crush reject me 100 times, but when she find out my true identity she regretted immediately. Chapter 5. What are you talking about? What actually happened? Aline friends ask walking to her on the couch. Aline stand up and say, can you believe Brian owns the mansion I work in and all the other properties I told you guys about? What? Are you kidding me? Stop joking, Brian is just a homeless street guy, Aline friend says. That is what I thought at first, but he is not. Brian is one of the most successful businessmen in the country, Aline reply walking and say I have finally ruining my life. Evening time on the street. Brian walking towards home on the street and car honk on him, Brian turn and Lydia roll the glass down and say, where are you heading to? Lydia question Brian. Home, Brian reply and Lydia say, I'm going to have dinner, if you don't mind we can go together. Brian was about to say something and Lydia interrupt and say, don't worry I will pay, get in and she opened the car door and Brian enter. In restaurant. Brian and Lydia walk in and sit down and one of the waiters greet them and take their order. Brian and Lydia sitting waiting for their order. Aline and her friends walk in alongside their boyfriends. Aline boyfriend saw Brian sitting with Lydia, while chatting, Aline boyfriend paused and turned towards Brian and Lydia. Wow Brian, you have finally find a cheap girl for yourself. Aline boyfriend says, and pull sit beside Brian and sit and pick wine from the table and sip. Aline try to get her boyfriend of the sit but her boyfriend says, calm down he is just an idiot there's nothing to be afraid of. One of Aline friends, boyfriend drag Aline boyfriend from the sit and whisper to him, that is Lydia my boss. Sorry ma'am they say and walk to their table and sit. Aline bow her head down and her boyfriend says, how did Brian manage to seduce Lydia? I thought she is outstanding girl with net worth of $50 million, this can't be. Aline boyfriend says. Just shout up, Aline shout at her boyfriend and pick up her purse and walk out the restaurant and her boyfriend and others follow her. Who are those people? Lydia asked Brian while eating. They're old friends, the girl that just walk out was my crush, I actually proposed her 100 times, but she reject me 100 times. Brian reply. How much do you get paid daily in your work? Lydia ask. I don't work for anyone, so I don't get paid, Brian reply. Lydia stare at Brian and say, in her thoughts, wow, you don't even have job, don't worry I will arrange a place in my company for you, Lydia say in her thoughts. Aline friend's house. Aline walk in angrily while her boyfriend follow behind calling her to stop and Aline enter the living room. All the friends follow her in. I don't understand, why you are this angry? Are jealous that Brian is with Lydia or what? Aline boyfriend ask. Do you know what you was getting yourself into? Brian is not ordinary as we see him, he is son of Ms. Anna the richest woman in the world. Aline reply angrily and sit on the couch. What? Are you saying, Brian is Ms. Anna's son and he allow himself to be bullied by us all this time? Aline boyfriend question. Even Mr. Smith and his wife bow to him, when he talks no one go against his will, Aline reply her boyfriend. Everyone in the room went silence. They find it hard to believe Brian is Ms. Anna's son. To be continue.